Hello and welcome to another marvelous video. If you are a DC fan, moreover, if you are a comic book fan, then today's video is right up your alley. Today we're going to talk about Ra's al Ghul's father, the Sensei. The Sensei is a martial arts teacher who is the adversary of Batman, Deadman, and other superheroes from the DC world. As the father of Ra's al Ghul, he is also Talia al Ghul's paternal grandfather, and of course Damian Wayne's maternal great-grandfather. Neil Adams, a writer-artist, brought the character of Sensei to life in December 1968 in Strange Adventures issue 215. So without wasting any more time, let's take a deep dive to explore the origins of the Sensei. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Who is Sensei? Although Ra's al Ghul founded the League of Assassins, he delegated much of its operations to Professor Ebenezer Dark and the Sensei, an elderly martial arts expert from Hong Kong. The Sensei and Ra's al Ghul became embroiled in a struggle for leadership over the League of Assassins. During this time, the Sensei controlled a small faction of the group and devised a plot to demolish Nanda Parbat, a sacred location. However, Batman and Deadman worked together to prevent his plan from coming to fruition. Soon, it is unclear why, but Dark earned Ra's animosity and was killed during a scheme to abduct Talia al Ghul, which was thwarted by Batman. Following the demise of Ebenezer Dark, the League of Assassins became fragmented, with only a tiny contingent remaining loyal to Ra's al Ghul. At this time, the Sensei was once under the influence of a spirit named Jonah, who used the Sensei's body to commit the murder of Boston Brand, who later became Deadman. Most of the League's members defected and pledged allegiance to the Sensei, granting him complete control of the organization. Initially, Sensei employed the League's new recruits to kill Kathy Kane, the former Batwoman, causing Batman to pursue the Sensei and the League for retribution. However, Ra's al Ghul was orchestrating every move unbeknownst to them. The final altercation between Batman and the League compelled the Sensei to withdraw from the fight and go into hiding. The Sensei's next plan was to eliminate several high-ranking officials by placing explosives along a fault line, claiming that using a natural disaster for assassination would be his masterpiece. Batman intervened just in time to save the dignitaries, but the earthquake could not be prevented. As there was no time to pursue the Sensei, Batman allowed Ra's al Ghul to pursue the villain instead. In the ensuing battle, Sensei fought Ra's al Ghul to death, and both were engulfed by the earthquake. However, Ra's survived the ordeal thanks to the rejuvenating powers of the Lazarus Pit. Surprisingly, the Sensei also managed to survive the earthquake and resurfaced in the storyline Batman: The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. In this storyline, it was revealed that he was actually Ra's al Ghul's biological father. During the search for the Lazarus Pit fountain in the valley of Nanda Parbat, Ra's al Ghul and Batman are confronted by Sensei. The Sensei stabs Ra's decaying body and then attacks Batman, claiming that he only needs 1 minute to defeat him, and even though he can only maintain his physical strength for 2 minutes. However, Batman manages to catch him off guard and throws both of them into the fountain. Due to his impure spirit, the fountain destroys Sensei, but Batman is miraculously healed and even gets slightly rejuvenated by the water. The Sensei made a comeback in issue 704 of the Batman comic, published in 2011 with the help of Peacock, who felt sorry for him and wanted to bring him back to life. Peacock had a vial of the Lazarus Pit's essence and poured it into the Sensei's corpse to revive him. Sensei in Young Justice animated show. Sensei has been present in Young Justice since the first season, but he has not played a prominent role in this series till then. As a senior member of the League of Shadows, he typically sends out his subordinates to carry out his orders, as seen in the episode Infiltrator, where he sends Cheshire, Black Spider, and Hook to carry out a mission. Despite his appearances throughout the show, Sensei remains enigmatic, and very little is known about him, beyond his loyalty to Ra's al Ghul. In the third season's episode Rescue Op, Sensei demonstrated his fighting skills for the first time by effectively taking on opponents with superpowers. While meditating on a deserted island, Sensei was interrupted by Brian Markov, Halo, and Forger, who were searching for Brian's sister, who they believed was taken by the League of Shadows. Sensei told Brian he wouldn't find his sister there, but Brian was persistent, so the Sensei had to taunt and ridicule him, provoking him to launch an attack. Sensei fought back and easily defeated Brian and Forger. He then grabbed Halo in a necklock, and when she tried to use her powers, Sensei snapped her neck. This enraged Brian, who attacked Sensei with lava while the Super Cycle fired at him. Sensei evaded their attacks and summoned Ubu and a red-hooded ninja for help. Together, they captured the interlopers and imprisoned them. Sensei displayed his exceptional combat skills once again when Tigress, Nightwing, and Superboy attempted to rescue their team members. He easily deflected numerous crossbow bolts and closed in on Tigress. Sensei almost stabbed Superboy with a sword made from X-Ionizer, but was prevented by Miss Martian. The fight ended when Ra's al Ghul stepped in. Next, we see Cheshire traveling to Infinity Island to face Sensei. Their fight is one-sided, with Cheshire unable to even come close to harming Sensei. This suggests that Sensei possesses a level of skill that has yet to be fully demonstrated, mainly as the arc builds up the League of Shadows. In the 4th season episode titled I Know Why the Caged Cat Sings, Sensei makes a final appearance along with the red-hooded ninja when Cheshire crash-lands her chopper into his meditation area. Despite her attempt to attack Sensei, she was interrupted by the arrival of Tigress and her team. After Cheshire and Onyx discussed their experiences and how they had found a sense of family in the League of Shadows, Sensei admitted that this sense of family was a manipulation tactic to create loyalty. Sensei offered to help the women recover from their experiences with the League, as he was no longer a part of the League of Shadows. Cheshire and Onyx accepted the offer, and later, Sensei and the red-hooded ninja knelt in meditation with them. The character of Sensei is not as popular or frequently used as many of the other characters in the League of Shadows, and his first animated appearance was in Young Justice. This presents an opportunity to showcase his exceptional skills and could result in some of the show's most impressive action sequences. Sensei in Gotham TV series. Raymond J. Barry portrays a version of Sensei in Season 3 of Gotham, combining the Sensei character from the comics and the Shaman character from Batman. Shaman in Batman, Legends of the Dark Knight story arc. He is credited as the Temple Shaman for most of the season and serves Ra's al Ghul by supervising the activities of the Court of Owls and training Bruce to fulfill his destiny. He was actually a member of the renowned group of assassins known as the League of Shadows. Ra's al Ghul, the leader of the League, utilized the Sensei's role within the Court of Owls to advance his own objectives in secret. We are introduced to the character for the first time when Bruce Wayne is kidnapped by the Court of Owls after he begins investigating them. The court replaced him with a clone from Indian Hill and took Bruce to the Shaman's Mountain known as the Temple. Bruce attempts to escape but finds himself back in the same corridor repeatedly. Eventually, he walks past his cell and finds the shaman waiting for him. The shaman produces acupuncture needles with a strange pin at the end, and when Bruce asks what they are for, the shaman holds one near his forehead. Bruce begins to hallucinate and is transported back in time to the alley where his parents were murdered. After one more trip to the horrible past, the shaman tells Bruce that he still has much to learn and will shape him into the protector Gotham needs. The shaman then orders one of his disciples to train Bruce in sword fighting. Bruce is reluctant to participate in this training and ultimately refuses to cooperate. The shaman becomes frustrated with Bruce's lack of compliance and insists he continues his training. He promises that Bruce will be freed once he is able to defeat his opponent in battle. Bruce eventually defeats the disciple, and when the shaman asks what he felt during the fight, Bruce replies that he felt nothing. Bruce then asks if he can go home, and the shaman says he can if he wants to. However, he also offers to remove the pain of Bruce's past and give him a power he never knew he would have if he stayed. Bruce ultimately decides to stay as a result of this. Later, the shaman contacts Catherine Monroe, his associate in Gotham, and updates her on Bruce's progress. He informs her that he and Bruce will leave that night and return to Gotham. After arriving at night, the shaman and Bruce settle in a mansion outside Gotham. They continue their sessions there, and the shaman informs Bruce that one final memory is left to address. Bruce realized that the shaman intended to extract the memory of his parents' death from him. Using another needle, he transports both of them into his memory, demonstrating demonstrating how he killed a court member who ordered the assassination of Bruce's family. The shaman states that the court must pay for their crimes, and their days are numbered. Fueled by this revelation, Bruce is finally able to suppress the pain of his parents' deaths, much to the shaman's satisfaction. After that, a Talon of the court interrupts the shaman and Bruce at the mansion. The shaman explains to Bruce that the Talons are loyal followers of the court and are trained since childhood. The shaman orders the Talon to cut off his own finger, which the man does without hesitation. Then the shaman reveals that he has indoctrinated Bruce by sealing his memories, similar to how the Talons were indoctrinated. He asks Bruce if he will obey him from now on, and Bruce responds positively. The shaman and Bruce go to the main headquarters of the Court of Owls, where the council is holding a meeting. Bruce stays hidden while the shaman claims his position as the leader and addresses the board. He admits that the court was responsible for the murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne 3 years ago. However, one of the council members argues that choices had to be made and accuses the sensei of abandoning Gotham. As a result, the sensei calls Bruce forward and asks him to pass judgment on the court. Though Bruce does not respond, the sensei suggests that the court should be executed. He then claps his hands, causing a group of Talons to appear and kill the council members. After the court leaders have been executed, the sensei turns to Bruce and remarks that he hesitated. Bruce apologizes and vows to not hesitate next time. The sensei accepts his apology and tells Bruce he knows he won't hesitate again. The sensei informs Bruce that he will have another opportunity to prove himself, and at that moment, 2 Talons and Professor Strange enter the room. Strange is intrigued by Bruce's obedience to the sensei's commands and expresses his desire to study the sensei's methods. The sensei informs him that one day he will, then directs him to reveal the bomb. Bruce is handed the detonator, and the sensei discloses that it will impact thousands of people in Gotham, and that Bruce will be reborn as a dark hero from the city's ruins. Bruce pledges to push the button when the time is right for Gotham to fall. As they prepare to leave, Alfred Pennyworth and Harvey Bullock launch an unexpected attack on them. Alfred confronts Bruce and the sensei and orders the shaman to step aside from Bruce. The sensei, however, calmly advises Alfred to drop the weapon, and Bruce even steps in front of the sensei, shielding him with his body. Bruce then confesses that the sensei revealed his true calling, which is to destroy Gotham City. Next, we see the sensei when he and Bruce are at Wayne Enterprises overlooking the city of Gotham, as the GCPD tries to find them and the bomb. As the time for the detonation approaches, the sensei and Bruce gaze over the city they're about to destroy. At the crucial moment, the sensei orders Bruce to activate the bomb. But before he can, Alfred enters the room and pleads with Bruce not to go through with it. While Alfred tries to reason with Bruce, the sensei encourages him to follow his mission. Realizing that Bruce is about to listen to Alfred, the sensei grabs Bruce's hand and activates the bomb himself. During the commotion, Alfred shoots Sensei multiple times, fatally wounding him. Bruce rushes to his side as he lies dying. In his final moments, the Sensei instructs Bruce to seek out the demon's head at the Yuyan building to fully comprehend his destiny. Despite the Sensei's death due to his gunshot wounds, his plan to detonate the bomb succeeded, and he achieved his ultimate objective. How skilled is Sensei? The Sensei has been able to live for many centuries by using Lazarus pits, which his son has provided him. He has used the pits multiple times to restore his body when it has aged, become injured, or even died. Due to his frequent use of Lazarus pits, he has gained increased strength, speed, stamina, agility, and durability as a side effect. However, the frequent use of the Lazarus pit has somewhat driven him completely mad. Due to his long lifespan, the sensei has had the opportunity to learn and master many fighting styles. He is considered the most knowledgeable martial arts master in the world and is also a highly skilled swordsman and tactician. The sensei has been able to defeat and injure Batman easily, but because of his advanced age, he has very poor endurance and tires quickly, often in just a few minutes. Marvelous verdict. That brings us to the end of this video. Despite being a relatively minor character in the DC Comics universe, Sensei has significantly impacted the mythology of the League of Assassins and the character of Ra's al Ghul. His manipulative and cruel nature has made him a memorable villain in Batman's vast gallery of rogues, and his influence on Ra's al Ghul's development as a character cannot be ignored. Overall, Sensei is an intriguing character in the DC Comics universe, and his complex history and motivations have made him a memorable addition to the world of Batman and DC folklore. What do you think about him? Let us know in the comments section below. If you like this video, remember to hit the button and share it with all your friends. I'll see you in the next one.